My name is Jay Grams. My family has owned the Volo Auto Museum since 1960. We have a few hundred of the most exciting collector cars, and they're all for sale in one location. I personally have handpicked them from around the country. Welcome to my sales shop. Come on, let's go for a spin.
What's going on, guys? It's Caleb. Today we're looking at this very gorgeous 2007 Subaru Impreza STi. It has 25,100 original miles on it. That actually has about 800 miles on a new engine in there. It was about $10,000 on the build. We do have the pile of receipts and paperwork for it. This car is in very great condition inside and out. You just don't find them like this. Most of the times when people bought them, they were heavily modified or they were beat on and driven very hard. That's what they're meant for. It's a true rally car. These are very fun to drive, so it's hard to let them sit for a collectible one. So when you do find them like this, it's a very rare opportunity. Now guys, if you've been enjoying our videos, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you click the bell icon, you'll get notified every time a new one gets posted. You don't want to miss out. We got a lot of great cars coming in and out of this place. They go just as fast as they come in. So if you want to be the first to see it and beat everyone else, make sure to click the bell. For the full photo shoot and write-up description, you can visit volocars.com. There you can study the specs. You can take a look at our in-depth photo shoot. We have a couple hundred, both modern muscle and classic cars. They're all for sale, so check it out. The website is highly addicting. I find myself on there all the time. volocars.com. All right, guys, let's take a look at this Subaru. So 2007, otherwise known as a Hawkeye. This is on the GD chassis, the four-door sedan. This is finished in obsidian black pearl. So it's not just a black color, guys. It has a very nice blue metallic flake throughout it. Out in the sunlight, it's just bam, right in your face. It sparkles real nicely. This car did come from California originally, and then it was down south. It did suffer a little paint fade from the high intensive sun. So parts of the car were repainted. You can't really tell. It's a very nice paint job on it. If you look really closely, you might find a fisheye or two, a couple imperfections walking around it, but overall it presents itself very nicely. I love the styling on these Subarus. There's just nothing like it. These mid-2000s, they got the big rally wing in the back, the rear valance up on the rear windshield there. There is a slight spider crack in the paint on the bumper here, but finished with the STi exhaust. We have 17-inch silver forged BBS wheels, so these came stock from the factory from BBS. They're stamped BBS, they're stamped STi as well. They have the nice STi center caps with some very newly replaced all-season tires on them, so ready to grip and rip wherever you want to take it. It does have front and rear disc Brembo brakes, finished in that, or powder coated in that iconic gold color. Came on all the early 2000 STIs. Like I was saying, this is the Hawkeye version, so they call it that because of the headlights. So each year has a different script to them. The scoop, the rally scoop, that goes right into the intercooler for the turbocharger. The STi scoop is a little bit taller, letting more cold air flow through it. I love the lower ground effects, that the styling on the bumper, three-piece grille. These are self-leveling HID headlights as well. They're crystal clear. Again, everything's in really nice shape. If you look really closely, there is a small crack in the paint right here, but ever so slightly, there might be a rock chip or two, and you really got to look and you'll see a fisheye, but overall, very nicely done. Underneath the car is very clean too. Again, guys, these were bought, they were driven hard, beat on, heavily modified, so it's very rare that you find them with this low miles and in this condition, quite frankly. So underneath, you have your four-wheel independent suspension. You have a 6-speed manual transmission. It does not have a transfer case. These have what they call asymmetrical all-wheel drive. So it is a full-time all-wheel drive system with a DC-CD controller. So you can switch the ratio more from 50-50 more to the rear than the front. So it allows you to gain a lot of control over this car and have tons of fun with it. All right, guys, coming into the iconic interior of the STI, these were finished in a blue on black two-tone Alcantara suede interior, exclusive to the STIs only. The lower trim version WRX only got a black interior, so if you're a fan of the blue, you had to get the STI. The seats, they're finished in a bucket race styling seat. Again, excellent condition, guys, 25,000 miles only. You hop in this thing, it still looks and smells brand spanking new. We have the STI steering wheel, the red stitching and the perforated leather with the STI badging in the center. You also would have a matching e-brake handle, so black leather with the red stitching, as well as the shift knob, black leather with the red stitching. So that was exclusive for the STI. If you look at the trim on here, it has a nice carbon fiber overlay that was added onto it. Now that is aftermarket. It's just a stick-on. If you don't like it, you can peel it off, but I think it adds to the styling really nicely in here. The dash is in really excellent condition. There's no cracks or fading or anything like that. The odometer of the cluster, it's crystal clear on here. This does have a 6 CD disc changer with an aux option that they added from the factory. You know, when you go back to 2007, I think this is one of the first cars that had an auxiliary option. So you could plug in your phone and listen to your favorite jams without having to burn CDs. In the center here is your DCCD differential controller. The reverse shift knob, it does have a reverse lockout on it. Center console, dual cup holders. Guys, these seats are really comfortable. They're in really nice shape too. The rear seats are in just as great shape. There is a ski door opener as well through the center here. Let's see if I can open it. There you go. So if you are a skier or snowboarder, you could throw this down, throw your gear in, and take this thing to the mountain. You even have rear cup holders as well. We also added some WeatherTech all-season floor mats in here. Underneath those are the stock blue STI floor mats in excellent condition. Oh, there's one on this side. I think the driver's side one is in the trunk. So overall, presents itself very nicely. It smells very clean in here. Again, really nice shape. You just do not find them like this. All right, guys, so popping the trunk, there is a lever by the driver's seat that you do have to pull up. Inside, again, fully carpeted. They have even the side carpet. It is pretty bare though. They wanted to keep these lightweight, so there's not too much back here. However, underneath, we do have the original spare tire. It is a 17-inch, so it's a full size. That way, in case you're ripping too hard in this thing, you get a flat, you can fix it, get back on the road, no problem. On the left side here is the compartment for the jack and the toolkit as well. And then on the right side here is a storage for the intercooler sprayer. So you'd fill this with water, and with a button inside by the driver's steering wheel, you'll spray water into the intercooler, cooling it down very quickly, keeping the temps down, allowing this thing to perform at its best performance. Moving on to my favorite part, the engine bay. So when we purchased this car, guys, unfortunately, the owner did not disclose to us the engine was a little hurt. So when we brought it in, we had a full rebuild done. This has a brand new RA STI short block in it from the 2019 and newer STIs. So it has a better forged internal upgrade in it. Still OEM, 100% stock from the factory. So we rebuilt it back to 100% stock. So including the downpipe on it, so it's very hard to find these all original 100% stock. The heads are new head cases with some rebuilt components, but mostly new. Again, we have over $10,000 in receipts and paperwork from the machine shop and the build shop that did it. And you can take a look. Look at how great shape this is in. Even the STI logo on the intercooler, it's not all beat up. So those tend to take a beating fairly quickly just because of the hood scoop. a lot of rocks and stuff like that will get in on it. This does have, we did upgrade a couple things, so it does have the Grimspeed silicone inlet tube and Y pipe for the turbo. That just allows it to breathe better, gives it better flexibility. So very nicely done. It does have a BMC air filter in there, so the air filter was recently replaced, as well as the battery. Again, all 100% OEM components were used, even the timing belt, the water pump kit. So if you guys want, you can take a look at the paperwork and study the full build sheet on it. This has the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder turbo with I believe it's the VF43 turbo on it. So from factory, they push about 14, 15 pounds of boost, depending on what gear you're in. These are rated right at like 300 wheel horsepower, 300 foot-pounds of torque, so tons of fun to drive. Again, all-wheel drive. This thing just grips to the road. It's an absolute blast to drive. All right, guys, that was my impression on our 2007 Subaru Impreza WRX STi. Again, 25,100 miles on the clock and less than 1,000, right around 800 miles on the new rebuilt engine. So this thing is not only collectible because of the mileage and the condition, but it's also ready to rip. So if you want to put this thing in your driveway, you can click the Buy It Now button. That'll secure a refundable deposit on the car. It will email us your information. We will be contacting you. Guys, I can help set up financing. It's super easy. I can also get this thing shipped right to your driveway. That's just as easy. So if you visit volocars.com, you can hit the Buy It Now button there. Otherwise, you can call us. Ask for me, Caleb. I'd be more than happy to talk over the car some more with you. I did drive this car quite a bit to help the break-in procedure on the new engine, so I know it fairly well. Thanks for checking it out, guys. I got actually a couple more Subarus coming in, so if you like this one, you're going to like the next one too. So thanks for watching.